a battle of a different kind, but a crucial one in a country where cricket is nothing short of a religion. Well, today a panel headed by the ex-Chief Justice of India, Justice Lodha, said the entire team of the Board of Cricket Control, headed by Anurag Thakur, should be sacked for failing to implement its recommendations. The current Chief Justice has said it will decide on that in the next hearing, but it's also warned the BCCI about whether it thinks it can violate its orders and get away with it.
Are you a law unto yourself? Does the BCCI think it can violate our orders and get away with it? Fall in line, otherwise we will pass orders. The Chief Justice of India firmly reprimanding India's Board of Cricket. His words come after the court-appointed Justice Lodha panel submitted a report saying the BCCI was blatantly ignoring its recommendations on reform. The Lodha panel had made it very clear to the BCCI that they can only take administrative decisions if they accepted their recommendations. But the BCCI disregarded their directives and went ahead with the appointment of selection committees, Ajay Shirke as the secretary, and several other decisions at their AGM on the 21st of this month. And now the panel has hit back hard. The panel has requested the Supreme Court to remove the BCCI top bosses like President Anurag Thakur. The panel has asked for a team of administrators to be appointed to oversee the implementation of the recommendations. The Lodha panel has also asked the Supreme Court to overturn all decisions taken by the BCCI in their AGM, like the appointment of junior and senior selectors. They have in fact said that any decision post the 18th of July that is against their recommendations should be made ineffective. To date, the BCCI has disregarded as many as 6 deadlines set for them to comply. The last deadline runs out on the 30th of September.
We have submitted the report as we found that there were impediments in implementation of the recommendations as approved by the Supreme Court. And one of the options given by the Supreme Court to the committee was that should there be any impediments in implementation of the recommendations, the same may be brought to the notice of the court by submitting the status report. We have chosen that route.
I think the BCCI finds itself in a difficult spot, but I think we all have to accept that at the end of the day, the Supreme Court is the final authority. So the BCCI will just have to wait and see what the Supreme Court decides in the first week of October.
The BCCI refused to speak on camera, but the Secretary has told NDTV whatever we have done is in the interest of the BCCI.
Despite the BCCI's reluctance, they will have to think of a reasonable explanation why it defied the recommendations when the Supreme Court hears the case on the 6th of October. In New Delhi, with Rika Roy, this is Arunachalam Vaidyanathan, NDTV.